Welcome back to the programme. Well, the list of hopefuls in the race to become the next British Prime Minister has been whittled down to 4. And Boris Johnson is still ahead of the rest of the pack. Well, Conservative MPs cast their ballots in the third round of voting for Theresa May's replacement. And dark horse candidate Rory Stewart was knocked out of the contest with just 27 votes. Boris Johnson's front-runner status remains unchallenged heading into the next ballot. His 143 votes put him well ahead of second-place finisher Jeremy Hunt with 54. Well, let's cross now live to Tig Enright, who is in Westminster with the latest. Well, good evening to you, Tig. Were there any surprises there for you in that latest round of voting?
Hi, Isabel. I don't think there were. I mean, what we saw here tonight was the candidate who appealed probably to the country most, but least to the Conservative Party membership because of the messages that he had about no deal not being a viable option, has been eliminated. So not much surprises there. Boris Johnson has cemented his lead, and the race between the other kind of slightly more moderate voices for Brexit has become even less clear, I think, with this latest round of voting, perhaps because they either impressed or failed to impress equally in last night's debate, because they're all saying versions of the same thing, that no deal should be back on the table and that they want further negotiations with Brussels, even though Brussels has insisted no further negotiations are forthcoming.
So, Tig, we're inching closer to finding out who will be the next British Prime Minister. What happens next?
Inching is the operative word. Tomorrow, though, we should have an answer as to who the final two will be. There'll be 2 further rounds of voting tomorrow, so that'll first of all bring the number down to 3 and then down to just 2. Of course, sometimes in processes such as this, other events can overtake this kind of a process. Perhaps a scandal takes a candidate out or a deal is done between them, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen on this occasion. And then it's over to the Conservative Party membership, just over 100,000 or so, a tiny percentage of the population as a whole, to make the final decision. But again, inching is the operative word. That's a long, drawn-out process. There'll be hustings around the country. It's all going to take about a month before we know what their choice is. And then it will be interesting to see if their candidate, if it is a Boris Johnson, can actually command a majority of support in this parliament here, because there are many moderates in the Conservative Party who've raised questions about whether they could back him.